If you have any questions during or after the presentation, please click the Google form link that will be placed in the chat to submit your questions. I'd also like you to fill that link out to make sure you are accounted for attendance this evening. And as we begin, I would like you to notice our theme for this school year. We are the Ann Chestnut Middle School Hornet survivors, and our goals will be to outstudy, outscore, and outperform everyone else. So as I welcome you to join us throughout the evening, please remember, if you have any questions, just fill out that Google form. Thank you, and let's get started. All right, Hornet family. As we get ready to go through this presentation, it is important for you to make sure that you are reviewing all the information on these Google slides. Here you will find general information about the start of the school year. Ann Chestnut will also hold and meet the teacher at the end of the presentation. You must complete the Google form in order to receive the document that contains the WebEx links for each team. During the Meet the Teacher time, you will have the opportunity to meet virtually with your teachers and ask any questions. The presentation will be recorded and uploaded to our Ann Chestnut Middle School YouTube page. The presentation will also be shared through our student email. Please continue to check the ACMS website for any updates. If you have any questions, please feel free to email your child's teacher. All right, time out. Okay. All right, everyone. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our administrative staff.
Hello, my name is Aisha Melvin. I'm one of your assistant principals here at Ann Chestnut Middle School. If you are in need of bus transportation, I'm who you come to. Also, I'm also in charge of testing.
Hi, and I'm Whitney Iglesias, and I'm the other assistant principal. I'm over athletics. When your child is interested in playing sports, I'm the person that you contact.
And I'm David Green, the principal of Ann Chestnut, and I'm here to tell you that I'm incredibly excited about my administrative team and how we are going to support you, the students, and the staff.
ACMS's school vision statement is creating lifelong learners one language at a time. And the mission here at ACMS is our staff envisions a school of global learners. Therefore, our mission is for all students to experience a variety of foreign languages and STEM learning opportunities through collaboration, communication, and creativity.
Okay, these are a few points that we are going to have to discuss for Title I information. We will be discussing goals of Title I information, school-wide information, requirements, core elements, parent information, parents' right to know, curriculum, and highly qualified teachers and assessments.
Our goals for being a Title I school include increasing academic achievement, provide direct instructional support to our students, provide professional development for our teachers, and promote parent education and involvement.
Title I information. School-wide programs operate with more than 75% low-income students at the middle school. Requires students in grades 3 through 8th grade to test yearly in ELA and math, at least once in 8th grade science. Additional funding that can be used for hiring of additional teachers, tutoring programs, professional development, and purchase of instructional materials and supplies.
The purpose for these school-wide programs is comprehensive reform strategy designed to upgrade the entire educational program in a Title I school. And the goal is to ensure that all students, particularly those who are low achieving, meet and exceed levels of achievement on state academic standards.
Some of the requirements for a Title I school include at least 40% of the student population come from a low-income home. We also have to conduct a comprehensive needs assessment in which we'll identify and commit to specific goals and strategies to address those prioritized needs. We will implement a comprehensive reform model and create a comprehensive plan focusing on successful academic achievement for all students. We will also conduct an annual evaluation of the effectiveness of the school-wide program. We will also be identifying students experiencing academic difficulties and providing timely assistance to help these students meet the state's challenging content standards. We will purchase supplemental staff, program, and materials to include supplies to help our staff and students. We will conduct parental involvement meetings, trainings, and other activities. We will also hire and work hard to retain highly qualified teachers.
Core elements of a school-wide program include comprehensive needs assessment, a school profile, areas of strength, areas of growth, areas of improvement, prioritization of needs, comprehensive school-wide plan, and comprehensive school-wide reform.
Parents show that when parents are involved, students have higher grades, higher test scores, and higher graduation rates. It also shows that students have better school attendance, they are more motivated, and they have a higher self-esteem. It also helps lower the rates of suspension. We see a decrease in the use of classroom misbehavior and fewer instances of violent behavior. Parents, when schools encourage children to practice reading at home with their parents, the children make significant gains in reading achievement compared to those who only practice at school. The most consistent predictors of children's academic achievement and social adjustment are parent expectations of the children's academic attainment and satisfaction with their child's education at the school. The School Improvement Plan is your school's continuous improvement plan, and it includes a needs assessment and summary of data, goals and strategies to address academic needs of students, professional development needs, coordination of resources, and a comprehensive budget, and the school's parental involvement plan. You, as Title I parents, have the right to be involved in the development of this plan.
Rights of parents to be involved. And Chestnut Middle School is required to set aside 1% of Title I funding for parental involvement. And all Title I schools emphasize bringing in parents as academic partners, and each school receives funding to further this partnership. Parents, when this presentation is shared with you, please click to access the Parents' Right to Know document. Rights of parents to be involved. Ask for meetings and training. Make suggestions for the Title I funding. Review the school's achievement data and review the parent involvement plan.
Let's talk a little bit about how the curriculum is involved with Title I. Title I requires research-based assessment systems, including the use of data-based decision, high-quality professional development, and the implementation of research-based instruction strategies to ensure the academic achievement of all children. Title I also requires that instruction be provided by highly qualified staff and that strategies are included to increase parental involvement.
How do we assess if students are making progress with Title I? One would be school net assessments, statewide assessments, and classroom assessments. How will parents receive updates on your child's progress? Dealing with Title I will be progress reports, report cards, parent-teacher conferences, Power School, testing reports from statewide assessments.
If you would like to know more about assessments, please visit Cumberland County Schools website, search departments, and look for Title I. If you have a grievance that you would like to follow, you may contact Ms. Alana Hicks. Please visit Ann Chestnut Middle School's website for more information.
Cell phones. Upon arriving to school, all cell phones must be secured in student locker. No cell phones should remain on the students during the school day, to include in their back pocket or pencil pouches. Cell phones will be confiscated if they are not secure in student locker upon arrival. After the first warning, the first violation will be your child will have to pick up their cell phone at 2:35 at the end of the day from the front office. The second violation, your cell phone must be picked up by a parent in the main office between 2:40 and 3:30. After the third violation, Your cell phone must be picked up after 24 hours in the main office by a parent from 2:40 to 3:30. Please, parents, please advise your children to make sure that they follow the procedures and put their cell phones in their lockers. That will be very important.
Now we'll discuss athletics. Parents, we will have a mandatory parent-student athletic meeting prior to tryouts, which begin August 30th. No student will be allowed to try out until they have met the following requirements. Attend the mandatory parent-student athletic meeting, again, which will take place prior to tryouts. Complete final forms, which also takes place of arbiter. Have a sports physical on a CCS form, and meet eligibility requirements. Continue to check the website for updates. When you've completed your registration for final forms, you can print the completed physical, which needs to be taken to the doctor for your child to have a sports physical exam. Once completed, the physical can be uploaded into final forms, and I, the athletic director, will clear it. One of the main things that gets physicals sent back is the date, the physician's signature, and the office stamp. So parents, once you take your child to the doctor, please ensure that the physical examination form has the date, the physician's signature, and the office stamp. Only 6th grade students are eligible. Eligibility requirements. Only 6th grade students are eligible for fall sports, academically and attendance-wise. Fall sport eligibility is based on the second semester of the previous school year. And when we look at grades and attendance, you must have a 70% average. You cannot fail more than 2 classes, and you must have attended 85% of the school day. And this includes virtual students as well. Keep in mind, we are still awaiting clarification from DPI to determine the fall sport eligibility.
Now we're going to discuss the arrival, dismissal, and bus procedures. Buses load and unload at the rear entrance. Car riders are dropped off and picked up on the left side of the gym. School doors will open at 7 a.m. Parents, please do not drop your children off before 7 a.m. because there will not be supervision out there, and we want to make sure that all students are safe. So again, the school doors will open up at 7 a.m. Please have your child at school on time so that they can be in their classrooms by 7:25 a.m. The first bell rings at 7:30 a.m. Parents must sign their child in after 7:25. So that means if you get here at 7:27, you'll have to get out of your car, come to the front office, and sign your child off. Please do not just drop your child off and keep going, okay? Any changes in transportation needs to be made in writing and given to the front office as early as possible. Students will not be allowed to board a bus that is not assigned to them without admin approval. So please do not just put your child on a bus, because that does not mean every year the bus routes may change, and we want to make sure that all children get home safely. So again, if your child is not assigned a bus, please do not put them on one.
All right, parents and students, let's take a moment to talk about schedules. So right now you are getting to see a student view for 6th grade. Each grade level is essentially going to have the same schedule. Students will go to their odd-numbered classes on Monday and Wednesday for 90 minutes per class. This will include their elective classes. Students will go to their even-numbered classes on Tuesday and Thursday. This will also include their elective classes. And then on Friday, with the exception of their math and ELA class, they will attend their electives and their science and social studies classes for 45 minutes. This will ensure that our transitions are not as long, students are able to get to classes on time, and maximize our instructional capability.
Let's discuss attendance. Attendance and promptness are vital to your child's education and a very important part of their sense of responsibility. Students are allowed to be absent 5 days with parent excuses. All other absences require a doctor's note as an excuse. Students not in class by 7:30 a.m. are counted tardy. No checkouts after 2 p.m., parents. So please, if you're going to have a doctor's appointment at 2:15, you cannot come to the school and try to rush the school to get your child out at 2 o'clock, because we're telling you now that there is no checkout at that time. And that's just for the safety of the school so we can keep up with what's going on.
Do we have any parents willing to volunteer to serve on the ACMS School Improvement Team? If so, please contact the school at your earliest convenience and/or annotate it on the Google form, which you need to sign and complete after this presentation.
Communication, as stated before, is very important between student, parent, teacher, and staff. Here are a few ways that you can stay connected to what's going on at the Hive. 1, school website. Go ahead and take a look at our school website and find out the wonderful information that's going on at our school. Another, if you need to email a staff, chances are that their email will be their first name, last name at ccs.k12.nc.us. Also, parent-teacher conferences are the best way to get one-on-one experience with your students, teachers, so you understand what is going on. And that's a great way to bring your child to the parent-teacher conference too, so that your child can be a part of the learning as well. This year, we have a few apps that you may want to use and have on your phone to stay connected, like Class Dojo. After our presentation, when you have your meet and greet with your child's teacher, ask them for their Class Dojo information so that you can stay connected and have direct contact with your child's teacher and also know what's going on in the school. Twitter is a great way for you to know all the wonderful things that are happening around the Hive. And don't forget Facebook. Facebook is also another way that you can stay connected as well to see what's going on in our school. And one of the most important ways is our Connect Ed calls. Parents, if you want to know what's going on in the school and you want to get that wonderful information from Mr. Green or Miss Iglesias or myself over the weekend, so you know what's going on for that week, please make sure that your information in Power School is correct, because Connect Ed calls also are linked to what's the telephone number that's in the Power School. So if you have not been receiving your Connect Ed calls, then that means you need to check with our front office to make sure that your telephone number that's in the system is correct, because that's what we use to get that information. And you don't even have to download anything for that. You just need to call to make sure that your information is correct. And also your student binders. Each child at Chestnut will be receiving a student binder, and that's a great way to check on whether or not your children are completing their assignments, or if you want to jot a little something down to the teacher. That's a great way to keep that communication open. Check it daily if you need to.
All right, families, let's talk briefly about our dress code. So traditionally, we are a uniform school, but going into this school year right after a pandemic, we've been given the opportunity to allow students to follow a normal dress code. Now, to spare you the time, I will not read through all of these bullets. I have emailed this list to each student. When you get this presentation, you'll be able to read over this slide as well. But please take the time to look through it so you can see what will not be accepted. The students are required to follow this dress code, which is the Cumberland County Schools dress code. If you still have uniforms and you would like to send them in uniforms, that is perfectly fine. They are just not required for this school year. Thank you.
All right, that was the first part of our presentation,
And before I move in to introduce one of our military liaisons, I do just want to remind you that the Google form has been put in the chat. Please take a moment to complete that Google form, especially if you want to be able to do the meet and greet with your teachers in the next few minutes. If you just came in and you did not get the Google form, we'll drop it in there one more time. All right. And then we want to get to, yep, I'm going to. All right, everybody. I would like to introduce Mr. Carlos Swan. He's our Federal Programs Military Student Support Specialist. He's just going to share a few words with you briefly, and then you'll have your opportunity to go meet with your teachers.
Hey, hello everyone. How you doing? Once again, thanks for the introduction. My name is Carlos Swan, and I am the Military Student Services Support in Cumberland County Schools. We have a total of 3 who provide supports within the Cumberland County Schools, which is myself, Howard Lattimore, and Miss Stephanie Shook. At this time, I'm currently assigned to 4 districts, and this district is one of them, but I have District 1, 2, 9, and 10, and we're here to provide the support for you. What we do in this support, we advocate for the needs of military children and families. We are ambassadors for the military family and consultation, and we provide support with social emotional learning and also any other thing that's dealing with the transition of military students. So if you have any questions, you can also, we work with the school counselors and the school social workers. So if you do have questions and you can't contact me, contact the school social worker. And then once again, we work with them and work through them, and we can help provide services to you all. I'm going to give out my number right now because I didn't get a chance to put it on this presentation. But my number is, if you're ready to copy, 91.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Swan. So before you guys move to see your teachers, I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you fill out that Google form. We will share this presentation. It will be emailed to each student. So your child will need to be just open up their student email for you. You'll be able to pull this presentation. We're going to share it on our social media. The recording of tonight's presentation will also be uploaded to YouTube, just in case you want to go back and review it one more time. Thank you all. I appreciate your time. I look forward to reading your questions, and we will see you soon.